So just around the corner, there is going to be a really big shift in the culture and in the landscape of content creation. And so I wanted to sit down today and actually break down what's about to change, why these things are happening, and really try to set you up for the most success, whether you're a content creator or you're somebody who just likes to support content creators. At the end of the day, I hope that this 3-part video series is going to really get you excited and honestly really get you engaged. I'd love to know your thoughts about what I'm going to share with you in this 3-part video series. The reason I'm breaking it up in 3 parts is that you might not find chapter 2 that interesting, but at the end of the day, big changes are just around the corner. And I think when we look back in a couple years, we're going to look back at these moments kind of almost in a historic, even maybe nostalgic way, how things used to be to how they are today. And hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Brian if you're new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, you already know the drill. You look marvelous. Thanks so much for coming back and checking out these videos. And that's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free compliments at the start of these videos. Now, this is video 1 in the series talking about how how Ninja is costing Twitch $1 million or more. He's basically, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. We'll talk about that in this video. The next video, which I'll publish tomorrow, but it might already be live depending on when you see this video, is talking about how Twitch affiliate is a scam. I really want to start to talk as direct and honest as possible because I see so many people falling for this scam, and it's a very difficult conversation. So if you guys are interested, that's going to be probably the hardest chapter in the series. And then finally, the third video is going to talk about the shifting change within live streaming culture and how you can take advantage of it. And that's going to be the third video. So I'll be published that on Monday. So thanks everybody for coming in and checking out this series. Let's go ahead and dive into chapter 1, how Ninja is costing Twitch millions of dollars. Now, to catch everybody up to speed, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of conversation going on within the internet ecosystem about all of this, but I think they're missing some absolute critical points. Lots of drama, lots of monetization structure. In a way, that's not what this video is, but Twitch showed their hand. Twitch revealed their cards, and with all these different executives leaving at the topmost branch, I think the writing is either on the wall. Now, it could be clear, especially with their monetization around ads, that is their final play. Here's the thing, though. Google is in such a good position, not the tools, but the company, that they can let Twitch hang out on that vine, running so many ads, trying to stay afloat, much like Twitch did originally back in the day when they were just in TV and then transitioning into Twitch. This is a huge thing back in the day, so it's happening again, and let them basically ruin their own ecosystem and then be ready to accept everybody in. There's been a lot of sweetheart deals, a lot of golden parachutes taking over streamers, moving them over into the YouTube ecosystem. I think we're going to see an end to that program because it's not going to necessarily mean anything for YouTube to spend money when people are willing and more amped to come over into their ecosystem and stream on YouTube. So also what's important to note is that we saw massive dips in ad revenue over the course of the summer. Obviously, ad revenues goes up and down. I think essentially a lot of people put pauses and holds, didn't know what they were going to do with their ad campaigns. And we're also seeing a surge of that. So if you're getting 6, 7, 8, 9 ads over on a Twitch stream, chances are that's going to burn you out. Your viewer experience has been compromised, and that's a big part of it. There's also lots of drama. I'm not going to discount people who've been hurt. Please don't mishear me on this, but essentially what we've always kind of described Twitch as is that, especially in the upper tier, the 1% of the 1%. And you guys should know, as full disclosure, I am considered in the 1% of Twitch. I'm not the 1% of the 1%ers, who are the people who are just making bank. That's the reality of the numbers game. And when it comes down to it, I think there's plenty of people more than willing to throw themselves to be the next 1% of the 1%ers in this case. And that's where one of two things is going to happen, where Twitch is either going to implode or the people at the top are going to move over. They're going to continue to make careers for themselves, and other people will backfill those positions. So what ended up happening is Twitch released a statement talking about why they're moving everybody to a 50-50 split, where other companies are keeping it at 70-30 or other different shares. The money in and of itself isn't the most important piece of the puzzle. It's what they actually share in their costs. Obviously, they give you guys the sticker, the MSRP costs, so those numbers don't necessarily add up to what their real costs are, but it's not important. What it means is that streaming costs them money, And when you're not making money for them, you're costing them money. And that's where Ninja comes in. What ended up happening a week or two ago, right at the start of September, Ninja went dark. He decided that he was going to sit here and take a break. And then he came back with an announcement that he was streaming absolutely everywhere. This is the future of live streaming. And we're going to spend more in video 3 for you guys, breaking down how you guys can take advantage of that and capitalize on this new emerging economy. Anyway, on that note, meaning he is no longer partnered. He is no longer getting sub revenue, gift revenue, bit revenue, ad revenue. I don't even think ads are actually running on his stream. Having watched for a while, there's not ads running because he is not a partner. Now, there might be a few, like a pre-roll or something like that, but at the end of the day, when you start to actually look at the numbers in which a streamer around 100, that's around us, that's the 1%, you streaming for 200 hours a month is costing them $1,000. Let's go ahead and cut that in half. Let's just say, all right, Work to Game as a streaming, a group is costing Twitch $500 a month. All right, well, now you go and you extrapolate that to Tyler Blevins, one of the biggest and most well-known content creators out there within the gaming space. Whether you follow him, like him or not, it is irrelevant, because what's happening is that he's streaming to massive crowds. And one of the things we know from all of our data, from all of our tests, from all of our studies, is that when you actually stream everywhere, when you stream on YouTube, your Twitch numbers go up. Viewers have and should have the choice of where they get to consume your content. And the way that Twitch handles it has been completely antithetical, because they know they've curated this live environment and it hasn't been in their interest yet or currently to change that. But now, if you think about Work the Game costing, like Twitch $500 a month, he's clearly costing them thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a month, racking that up over the course of a year, easily going into the millions if this obviously continues. I think one of two things are going to happen with this situation. Either this is going to end up being a lawsuit. I don't know from what direction, whether it's another content creator, Ninja himself, or Twitch ultimately trying and monetize without giving him a cut. There's obviously meetings and trying to figure out what is the right call to do, because he is not exclusive to YouTube. He's not exclusive to Facebook. He's streaming everywhere. And what you see when you do things like that, your numbers go up across the board. Discoverability and ease of access is the key to the future of content creation. And that's why we're going to talk heavily about how the affiliate program that Twitch has, even to a degree partners, is a complete scam and you should avoid it at all costs. I see so many people always celebrating their affiliates, and a part of me always wants to do that because I don't want to deflate them. But it's time we had a kind of a come to Jesus moment and literally sit down and talk one-to-one on why you should avoid that. Or even if you get affiliate, screw your exclusivity clause and continue to do the thing that you need to do, because ultimately, being that they're in the state of California, that's probably going to end up in a lawsuit and most likely going to favor, obviously those who are impacted, which are the 1099s, us content creators. We're not W-2s. They can't tell us what to do. Let's rise. Anyway, not to make this video longer than it needs to be, with this move, I do believe Tyler in and of itself is in an interesting position. I think he has data to show it. Now, he could always go exclusive to any kind of platform, and maybe this was just a ploy to kind of show the value that he brings. But when it comes down to it, the fact that his numbers over on Twitch continue to rise, that exposure is continuing to help him win, it comes down to a situation in which the rest of us, unfortunately, are living in this top down, this kingmaker style system. So if you're not able to, and you don't have millions of dollars, you can't compete against this kind of mindset. You can't compete with the big guys because they already have that head start. And ultimately, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And in the world of content creation, that is a very stark reality. The difference between making it and not making it, it's so weird, but you have to be, so well known that is where essentially the money comes in. Everybody else is either just scraping by, making what they need to do, and working insane hours. So please also stay tuned for the third video. Anyway, I think it's really funny that in this case that Ninja, after all of this, after obviously having exclusivity deals and more, it could be a catalyst for bigger changes within the ecosystem overall, or it could just be obviously out for himself. At the end of the day, we don't know. I don't actually care. I like the guy. I like the content that he makes. I'm really interested to see how this plays out, and hopefully he is the banner man. Hopefully he's the first through the door, much like he has been many, many times before. And with those changes and with his leadership, that we might see a better form of content creation for creators, a better way to consume content for viewers, and platforms actually competing on a feature by feature, on a holding the viewer because they have the better experience, not because they hold the keys to the kingdom. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I hope that you check out the next one in the series, but regardless, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in my next one. But until then, take care.